So chapter 10 talked about diversity, in particular diversity in the work field. So fostering diversity was one of the concepts that I found to be most beneficial to not only myself but can be beneficial for other individuals. And for fostering diversity, this component, it says that the best leaders go beyond simply responding to cultural differences, but they actively promote diversity in the groups they lead. So, some of the benefits in this category under fostering diversity are the benefits of diversity, and some of the different components to diversity being beneficial are that it's cost saving, you keeping and gaining market share, resources acquisition and utilization, better decision making, greater innovation, and higher performance. The three that I wanted to go over that I found most relatable to my own life, as far as fostering diversity, are better decision making. It says that they earlier argued in Chapter 8 that cultural differences can be the basis for higher quality solutions, forming heterogeneous groups in one way to stimulate culture synergy. Members of diverse groups are also less likely to succumb to group thinking. So I think that better decision making, when you do include the aspect of diversity, allows for individuals all to be heard. So when you have a group of people that come from different backgrounds, regardless if it's the culture, race, or gender, those different aspects, it allows for better decision making because you're getting perspectives on all different types of people, which also leads to greater innovation. When you're more knowledgeable about a topic and have people that are able to represent different types of people, the innovation is greater, which in company aspects, it keeps in gaining the market share. So they were saying that a diverse organization are the best positioned to take advantage of markets both at home and abroad. Organizations need a variety of target audiences and have minority representatives who can appeal to members of different culture groups. So when you have these different people who represent different cultures, well, not only is the innovation and the decision making greater and better, but also that could increase profit for the company, which leads to a higher performance. So companies with the best diversity practice often perform better. They are generally more profitable, having higher profit margins as well as better returns on equity and assets, which is important for a company, any company, not just Fortune 500 companies, but any company that has group-related activity. When you foster diversity, the benefits are greater.
So since Kai spoke about the benefits of diversity, I decided to talk about the concept of obstacles within diversity. So two major obstacles the book discusses are those we face every single day, but sometimes we don't think about how the book refers to them. Prejudice, which refers to negative attitudes towards people from other backgrounds. So basically, prejudice just means it's a preconceived opinion that you've developed, not based on reason or actual experience. So it really doesn't matter if you've ever met this person or ever experienced someone like them. Being prejudiced just means you've come up with this conclusion with really no background, whether it's something that was passed down the lines of generations, something that was told to you and you just believed it. But this is something oftentimes minorities have to deal with, and something that can end up affecting the amount of diversity that you have on a personal level, institutionally, or in really any type of organization or any type of system. The other obstacle they talk about is stereotyping, which is the process of classifying group members according to their perceived similarities. So just because Kai may do something, someone may say I may do that just because we were both two black women, but that may not be true. So stereotyping is also something that can lead to a lack of diversity, which is important because stereotyping tends to affect how individuals see themselves. Individuals may tend to fail or not succeed and blame it on that stereotype because that's constantly what they're told on a regular basis. It hinders people from accomplishing or reaching towards things that they fear is out of their reach, just because they've heard this, predetermined judgment based on them, and they physically believe they are capable of nothing more. So this can affect the amount of diversity that's in a organization in two ways. One, if a person of color is constantly being stereotyped, that may interfere with their want to be around others that are different than them, because they are constantly being told this, and you kind of want to get out of that negative environment and away from that negative energy. Another way it can affect them is white people may stay around other white people just because they don't want to be around people of color because of stereotypes that they've heard, not knowing whether they're true or not. So the book talks about how stereotypes can be good or bad, but most of the time when it is affecting diversity, it is bad, and it promotes feelings that shouldn't really be there. But the major thing to be aware of is that these obstacles can affect the benefits. So as Kai was talking about the different benefits that are related to diversity, for example, greater innovation. You can't have greater innovation where you're having different opinions and people are collaborating together, and you're getting people from different backgrounds and different experiences able to come together to make this greater idea or program, because people stereotype or they're prejudiced against others, which then do the exact opposite, and they decrease the amount of innovation that can be in an area. So it's kind of like you can't have
one or the other.
Exactly. In order to benefit and have a greater amount of diversity, you have to eliminate these obstacles. And it's 2019, people. We got some work to do.